There are in the steppes, there are hobgoblins. Hobgoblins, Warhammer Fantasy are on the steppes, all the other greenskins hate them with a passion. Huh, that I didn't know. They even had models. And never come up. Statocracy is citizenship obtained through military service. That is interesting. Like the slow sliding. Yeah, unfortunately there's no way of turning that off. Some of the newer Paradox games turn off completely map scroll. It's because I'm looking at the other monitor, and to scroll up and down on the chat, my mouse needs to be over there. Although annoyingly in OBS, chat sometimes just doesn't scroll. I'm like, come on, come on. It just like goes up a bit and then goes right down again. It's really annoying. It just bugs out. See you, Channel Lord. Okay, so what are we doing? We are rapidly losing focus here. Too few rivals. Can't do anything about that. We still have loans. We're working on paying them off. We have the mission, but we can't do it until we've actually dug deeper. We can convert provinces to ancestor worship. I'm sure we can. But I'm not going to, because we get that automatically as we purge the other races from our land. We can build province improvements, but I don't want to do that because I'm trying to pay off the loans. Okay. Group. And now all of you lot are drilling. So yeah, our main fighting army is going to be really quite strong. Fortification neglected. Our policy of favouring the offensive attitude is leading to our fortifications being neglected. So Grozimdur gains fort in disrepair for 10 years. Or I can lose 10 army tradition. Unfortunately, our army tradition right now is getting an absolute pasting. We're down to... this keeps on rearranging. 0! We have 0 army tradition. Brilliant. Okay. But we are getting more as we're actually starting to build some forts and things. Tyrannical nobles, a representative of the people living in the area, dominated by one of the most prominent families of the nobility, has approached the throne today, imploring the king take action against what he claims are systematic abuses of power by the people there. So the nobility loses some loyalty, or we lose base tax and Mordred. Never! We need our base tax. We need more gems. Plus, it's Mordred. Why would I take stuff away from that? Orcish minority has been purged. Good riddance. Army is under attack, but you should be able to defeat that pretty easily. You can. Good. It's just too bad the Goblin Bane is around now. We just don't have any enemies. And yes, I know I could make an enemy of these guys, but that doesn't benefit me in any way. If the command takes this, I will declare war on them. If. Because then they have an adjacency and I want to have a buffer state here. Mordred having manpower? What magic is this? This is the magic of being at my force limit. Oh, no I'm not. I'm one short. Hold on. Okay, it's fixed. Growth of the business of embroidery. Grozimdur gained base production for free. Our efforts to maximise trading profits in the area of Grozimdur has borne fruit in the province of Grozimdur. Entrepreneurs have managed to greatly increase the output of embroidery and have found new markets in the capital for these processed goods. Good. Another thing that this place could probably do with would be a temple. Let me just go and take a quick look at the building overview. Yeah, there's a couple of places actually that could start doing with buildings. When's the next fort level become available? That would be here. Bastion, level 14. We're still a ways away. Ooh, we're actually gonna fall behind in innovativeness soon. Okay. Clergy want me to build a temple in the hold. I mean, I was just considering doing just that. So, okay then, we're going to build a temple. Let me just double check where. Grozimdur, which is this one. Build me a temple worthy of Mordred. Orcs and goblins fleeing in force. We will repay a loan. We'll extend the other 3. So I think we've now repaid 4 of them, right? Yes. No, we've repaid 2 of them. We still have 3. I don't know why I said 4, because I wasn't even thinking of 4. Why do I have a cavalry regiment? Why do I have a cavalry regiment? Ugh! I must have got him when we inherited. Get out of here. Build me another infantry. Land technology useless? No, it's not. You're useless. So how many people are you actually... Ah, you just pieced out. You a vassal? No, you're in a coalition against the command. Wait, how... How did that happen? Tiltingar took the land the command was just occupying. But Tiltingar is in the coalition against the command. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a diplomat to you to improve relations, because of the nations that we've seen so far, you're probably the most likely to be able to offer a bit of a buffer to the command, and if I get an alliance with you, then we may be able to help stave off that. Wex has removed the Peasants' War. Congratulations. Millenni Separatists. So these are going to be harpies trying to break away from the goblins. And seeing as the goblins have no actual goblin territories, I wouldn't be surprised if they succeed. Hobgoblins probably become available in the Total War Warhammer 3 Chaos Goblin roster. Castle in Carriot Cave has been built. Good, so that's now fortified. So we have lots of fortifications in here, which is frankly where I would expect most of the fighting to occur, so that is good. We can get an expansion idea, but at this point I want to wait until we've got the actual technology, because I don't want to be losing innovation for no reason. Orthoclase layer. Orthoclase is a feldspar mineral, one of the most abundant rock-forming minerals in the continental crust. Orthoclase is most widely encountered in the pink feldspar found in many granites, and is assigned a hardness of 6 on the Dwarves hardness scale. Our brave miners have encountered such a mineral while digging. What shall we do? Let's find another path. We actually gain stability from this. However, this increases the construction time by 3 years, or we lose 750 ducats, which we just can't afford. Plus, this is saving me, what, 200 admin? 265 admin. Let's find another path. Another path sounds good to me. I think Goblin Spain comes about after you retake a couple of holds. I mean, that was only the third one that we took. Chaos Dwarves are kind of like Molder. They've created a number of hybrid races, the Hobgoblins, Black Orcs, and some kind of Chaos Mega armoured siege giants. Interesting. Red guys are probably fighting 2 wars, pieced out the command, and then immediately lost the second one. No, that's possible. Are Bloodsong Orcs vassals of the command colonising the eastern surface hold? Don't know, can't see it. Haven't played EU4 in so long, once discovered CK2, it was hard to go back, still an amazing game though. I still like this more than CK2. But then I always kind of struggled a bit with CK, I just find it too easy. Oh, we're about to have an uprising. Collapse of the Raj! Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. While reforming the key institutions of the Raj was attempted, the efforts have failed. The abundant corruption in the court and the feeble rule of the Raja are known to all, and thus the Raja is no longer seen as a legitimate ruler. No one in Rahan really listens to them anymore. This truly is the end of the second Hammuraj. Denmaraj loses 4 stability. They gain a claim on Taviza. Bugan Jigbal becomes independent. Corrupt ministers will be removed. Disloyal officers will be removed. Become an autocracy. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Alright, how long until we can actually do this? 1532, 6 months. No. 18 months from now. Oh man, that's gonna stink. I think I would like to invest a little bit more money in you. Oh, 2.3 ducats just doubles the price. It's fine. In fact, it just adds a ducat. Okay, so we built the workshop. No, sorry, the temple. And yes, we probably do want to stop drilling. I'm trying to focus on far too many different things. Peridot Keep is where it's going to rise, so we'll head on down here to go and fight them. And that is not at all where I was expecting that uprising. Okay. Thankfully they triggered on a place that has a fort. Which they aren't going to take anytime soon. In fact, talking of forts, I want to take a look at my states and then the edicts. And just make sure that I don't have any forts active anywhere. What we can actually do is get rid of these. Because I'm going to be doing technology for a while. We could put the defense edict over here, but I really don't think we need to. Good lord, that's a lot of attrition. Having a blast! Several mining engineers have come to us over the last few days with a single word in their minds. Explosives! We aren't sure how safe these explosives are, or even how our engineers seem to have got their hands on them. I don't know how they could possibly have gotten their hands on explosives. But they assure us that they will surely speed up the construction of the hold. The engineers in question do seem quite eager. Perhaps a little bit too eager. How could this possibly go wrong? Ovdal gets using explosives until the end of the game, which reduces, increases unrest, reduces production efficiency, costs us some admin and Diplo. What do you mean, technically safe? No, I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. In a hold built on the entire premise of gunpowder. It'll be fine. Probably. I should actually have put Goblin Bay in here. Never mind. Simples. Ruckwin, thank you very much for the bits. Very much appreciate that. Calling at night, cheers for the stream. You are more than welcome. Always a pleasure seeing you here. The Raj used the Shogun Japan mechanics from EU4 Vanilla. Oh, okay. Do I have a castle on Dirt Hole Rock yet? No. Until I actually get the theoretical dude, whoever it was the Earth Sciences person. There's no real point getting the mine, or getting the fort, because it's stuck behind mechanical engineering. I think. Am I thinking of a different one? Where did I need the fort? Here. Oh, it's because I need to deal with the raiders, which I can't do until I have dug deeper, because I want to dig deeper, then do 4 points of development with the cheaper development cost, then pop the 6th development, which will get us to 80, and then we can start digging immediately after that. So there is method to my madness here. I don't really want to get a fort in a completely useless place and have to pay its maintenance. It ain't useless, though. How is it not useless? It doesn't border to anything. Or does Enden go into it? Oh, Enden. Oh! Okay, yeah, then that is a problem. We should probably build a castle here. I'm so used to, like, anything that doesn't have, like, a straight line just doesn't border into anything, but you're right, that does. Kind of in the same way as this is a border. Okay. Fair point. Well made. Advisor slot. We need another military guy, so we can go for the morale. We can go for force limits. Unfortunately, there's nobody who's defensive. No more fort defense. I do like my fort defense advisors. Manpower modifier would also be useful, but at the moment we don't actually need that. I think I'm going to go for the morale and we'll just train him up. We'll need 77 ducats to train him to level 4. Then I think we're going to start looking at building a castle. Orcs are still fleeing. Apparently there were more of them around than I realised. Little buggers. Accommodation with the natives. Cool. Nobility. Still a bit miffed. Why are you a bit miffed? Your equilibrium is 56, so it is rising. Probably from an event. Otherwise I would drop the Seas land. I mean, we could just fight the nobility. We have the manpower for it now. It's free prestige. And you haven't actually lost any organisation yet. Let's do it. Alright, pissed off the nobles. Oh, that's going to reduce my... yeah. Unrest, manpower and land maintenance. Ah, the command spotted us. Too bad. Change general, thank you. No! Goblin's Bane is dead. He didn't last very long. Unfortunately, Bellicosity is probably going to be the best commander we'll have for a while. Johnny 5. Because our tradition is so poor. No. He lived long for a dwarf. No, he didn't. Dwarfs usually live about 200 years. Been fighting the goblins for centuries. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. After months of poking, it's great to see a wave of people enjoying Anbennar. I mean, Anbennar has been on my radar for a really long time, but I hadn't realised just how complete it is. I don't know why I had such a not bad impression of it, just it didn't feel from everything I'd seen of it previously, and I think mostly that's going to be the Paradox Dev Clash. It just didn't feel very complete, whereas now it definitely does. And I really do have to thank Arumba for doing his playthrough. Because I don't usually watch Arumba, but I was like, Arumba with dwarves and Anbennar? Okay, I'm interested. Let's just see what this is all about. Because I haven't seen anyone else doing playthroughs since that Paradox game. And then, basically, Arumba's playthrough persuaded me, yeah, this game is pretty good. It's in a good place. Build a great palace. So I can build another great palace for 132 ducats. Or I can not. This time I don't think I have any reason to. My prestige is already super high and I don't need the legitimacy. Nah, don't build it. Waste of money. Here we go, technology. Bish, bash, bosh. We still have our lovely 40.6 innovativeness. He shall be interred in a mighty fortress tomb, forever guarding the Dwarven versus all orcs, goblins, and elves. And to be honest, I was averse at first as well, because other total conversions just felt clunky until I found it. Yeah, and I think that was my problem with it. I think I felt slightly burned from playing Skyrim? EU4 game, which has potential, but it just wasn't really in a playable state. Was it Skyrim? I think it was Skyrim. And then also the D&D CK2 mod, which again, they did great work on making the map, but the actual mechanics and features just weren't good. Yeah, it was the Elder Scrolls one. Didn't start playing Anbennar until the Dwarves made it in. I mean, I like how they're approaching this, and I think it is honestly the right approach, just working on different regions and just building those regions until they're done, and then moving on to the next one, rather than trying to create the entire map, which on its own is a humongous undertaking. Putting in all the different factions and just leaving them really bland, like it doesn't add anything to the game. Just leave those areas blank. There's another mod which is taking a very similar approach, and I think it's the CK3 Lord of the Rings one? Whereas basically just Gondor and Mordor at the moment, and that's it. Like, none of the adjacent stuff is in. It's just blank. Old World Blues, yeah. Another great example. Rohan and Isengard, that's the one. Yeah. You know the one I mean. Okay, so Diet, Merchant Guilds want me to get a workshop in Ovdal Kanzon, which I think is entirely feasible. Soon. Ovdal Kanzon is you. Build a workshop worthy of Mordred. Can I get any more interesting rivals? No. Okay, we're actually super close to being in a position where we can get an alliance with Tiltagar. Who else are you allied to? Tekrel Maksan, Parashuran, Sayar, and Sadathar. So this is primarily just because I don't want the command knocking on my doors. Although I already have an adjacency there. Ah, we can get you. Please do. Textile manufactory. You know who needs a textile manufactory? This guy. So 434 ducats. I think I might try and save up for that. And Dwarven 44 is almost finished. Which is this guy. No, this guy. Oh, it's this guy. Then we can get Gore Olsenborg as well. Alright, so Tiltagar, we've increased relations with you as high as they're going to go. We can just get an alliance with you. And I think I'm going to do it, because this is a defensive alliance against the command. If you get attacked, I will come to your assistance. But only if it's against the command. Estate agenda done. Do you seem... Oh, it's because we're the freaking dwarves. We build everything super fast. Plus, you know, I'm constantly on speed 4. It's just these buildings just like, click it, done. Click it, done. It's just so quick. How fast are we actually settling these? 90 a year. I really want to be in a position where we can pay off the last 3 loans. Laurent. Beginning in 1533, Laurent faced almost a decade of utter chaos, slowly consuming the country from within and bringing it to the verge of collapse. Our nation is struggling, both socially and economically, as famine and war plague our people and growing opposition to the aristocracy and the church. You should be more careful, then. Laurent is not France. Mm-hmm. Am I a great power? No, I'm not. Only picking on the big dog. I mean, their technology should be hurting. They should definitely be behind us technologically. Oh, the age of the Greentide is ending. Next month. Next month we can go for our 4th hold. Let's do this. No! No! Oh, you're kidding me. 999. Come on. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Alright, how many people are in this ruined hold? None. Oh, right, because I have the infested mechanics. Okay, I would like to repay another loan, please. Thank you. Corinthar. They tell us of the Corintine Proclamation. Many questions have arisen over the recent revelation that Castellos, the ruling deity of the Regent Court, is dead. When exactly did he die? Can the text in Ellentir be verified? Who will lead the Regent Court now? Traditionalists attempt to keep the peace and say that Adan, Castellos' son and rightful heir, will rise up and take his father's place. However, many of those who suffered under the Greentide claim that it was the Regent's Court's neglect that led to the destruction of Escan and Castellir, and a clear sign that Castellos was alive, the gods were capable, that the Greentide would have been averted, and Castellos would have protected his patron kingdom like he did in aeons past. The rising popularity of the recently ascended god of war, Corin, the heroine of the Greentide, has called for her divine succession to the regent throne, though her links to the de facto successor of Agrandros, Castellesos' deceased brother. The Corinthese in the south of Castronath dispute this, while Edian may be noble and chivalric god. His time under Castellos' tutelage has made him conservative, hidebound, and ultimately unable to defend the realm against its many external threats. And that the present system of divine regency is but a poor excuse for weak and unjust rulers to retain their power and ignore the monsters and tyrants lurking just beyond their borders. So, Corinite is now enabled. Religion Eschaton changed to Corinite. Eschaton will be a centre of reformation. Eschaton gets religious zeal. Religion in South Cosnoronath changes to Constantite and also gains all that stuff. So, it is the Reformation. Protestantism has just appeared. And the Regent Court is about to start fragmenting. Well, alright then. How big an army do you have? Just out of interest, 26-28 compared to my 44-9. Yeah, my military is really quite strong. And we are growing, so we could get another soldier brought in. You need to get back to drilling. Buddy old chap albino thing. Decrease in orcish tolerance. Good riddance. Another thing, I've totally forgot to promote you. And I would like to do that next. What does the Dwarven religion do? Makes advisors super cheap. Like really, really cheap. Careful of the infested hold, your mercs can't handle them alone. I'm sure the mercs are fine. No spoilers, haven't actually come across an infested hold before. Cave collapse! Oh dear. A single loose beam was all that it took for our mine shafts to come crashing down, with scores of miners buried alive underneath the vast tons of rock. Our mining efforts have been set back, and their families have been informed of this loss. Though tragic, this will surely be one accident amongst many that the name of our hold progresses. We'll have a 50% chance of losing up to 3 development. We only lost 1. Okay, it's not too bad. The Empire of Anbennar have elected Owen the First of Vern. So Vern is still in charge. And you were saying something about the schism. They've only had 1 incident, and that was the halflings.